We are Frankie and Tommy. Yesterday's highlights opened with a green beret, and suddenly everybody sat up like Dad walked in.
All joking aside, Nick Humble, 20 years as a green beret, and he's got nothing to prove. That is the point. This guy is living... This guy's living proof that real strength doesn't need jazz hands.
Nothing exposes fake hard-ass energy faster than a real one who doesn't need the show.
No, they need a left-hand, right-hand motivation.
That sounds like the kind of motivation life gives you after 40, 2 kids, and 1 maxed card.
Yeah, we're talking discipline, humility, service, and what it looks like when a man has done enough in life that he no longer needs applause to feel solid. And we sit here and we talk about going to war, going to battle, going to the boardroom. This guy's got like real crazy shit happening.
Yeah, that is usually what separates real battle from your boss emailing in all caps.
Hey, does somebody actually get a green beret? Or is it just the color?
Every room has one guy willing to ask the dumb shit everybody else wisely buried.
It took me a long fucking time, and significant amount of failures, tons of money lost, lots of therapy bills, and yeah, but I think that my 19-year-old self would probably be proud of what I've achieved so far.
That hits harder at this age, because 19-year-old, you was all ego and zero fucking plan.
Your personality might not be the problem that you're having some challenges in life. It might be your patterns.
Yeah, because some guys call it personality when it's really just the same bad Tuesday on repeat.
We're gonna have that conversation. Yeah, but I'm this. No, but you're actually not. You're actually not that. Those are your patterns suggesting that you're actually that. Today's poll is this: what's your biggest middle-aged trap? Yeah, what is it? What's your biggest middle-aged trap?
Buying better sneakers for a life you still keep walking through half asleep.
Is it physical slump? Is it big gut hanging over your belly? Is it career boredom? Is it a big back? Or is it maybe relationship autopilot? Yeah, what's the biggest middle-aged trap? Physical slump, career boredom, or relationship autopilot? And hey, and what's the one risky thing? The one risky thing that you did at 20 that you're too afraid to do now?
Quit a job on pure spite and $14.
Dead stall.
That is also how some men's sex lives sound after year 9.
Yeah, we're in the airplane. We're going to go down. We're going to go over the mountains, and Keith, we're going to cut the engine. And if you're looking for some positive energy, this is where you'll find the positive energy every single day right here. Johnny, I got to say, man, I love you. I love you so much. But you kind of look like a pussy driving in that car.
That is male affection. Compliment, insult, concern, and disrespect all in one breath.
I'm just saying, like, it just kind of looks too soft for you. Yeah, I clearly have an issue. I actually clearly have an issue, and I thought it was solved. So we're going to get John to keep getting after it here this morning, and I do not know why. I clearly am having a fucking issue again this morning, and it's driving me absolutely nuts.
I don't know why you keep holding on to that shitty internet service.
Because some men stay loyal to bad Wi-Fi like it's their first toxic girlfriend.
It's not about paying the bill. It's about getting a not shitty service. That's saying I went to the gym. I talked to a lot of people.
And I didn't lift anything up and put it down.
Yeah.
That is every guy who says he trained when he really just walked around pissed off.
Yeah.
Who has the most internet trouble of everybody, including our guests, on a repeated basis?
I think me.
Yes. Why the fuck are you still using that shitty internet is what I want to know.
John is asking the question every man asks when his buddy keeps choosing the hard way.
Hey, Johnny, would your 19-year-old self kick your ass today? If you look back at your 19-year-old self, what would your 19-year-old self say to you right now?
He'd say, dude, I didn't even know how to dream this big.
That's the grown man version of winning. When younger, you would just shut the fuck up and nod.
I believe the path that I was on was inevitable. Simply because I put the work in. Oh, you're right. Yep. There was certainly some times I didn't believe, and I knew there was tears in my eyes, and there was tough conversations with my own mirror, and that was tough shit, man. But I just kept putting in the work, as you did. And as I learned from you back when we started getting to know each other.
The idea is that when we make a plan, of course we want the fucking home run, but we just need the fucking single. We need the 4 yards because 3 of those we get a first down.
That is how actual progress works. Boring, repeated, unsexy, and somehow it still saves your ass.
So I'm just like, and I'm actually serious when I was asked what a chick cost. And I know I was humored yesterday about it.
I mean, honestly, I would have a hard time with a stab at that. Would it be less than a chicken? But I don't even know what are under $5 that I would have registered yesterday.
So we got.
But the good news is that I'm somewhere under $5, which puts me in the realm.
Nothing makes a man sound more committed than confidently pricing a chicken he has never bought.
So all Army guys wear berets and green berets. So do they get a special green beret? Or is it like a what's, because I know the status of a green beret is pretty fucking important. Like, you are elite. You are an elite motherfucker. Well, I know, but then how?
Okay, so when you're a SEAL, does that mean you morph into a SEAL?
That is exactly how men learn. Serious topic, then one stupid question ruins the room beautifully.
Dude, I just bought a fucking black belt at Nordstrom. Why don't I know jiu-jitsu very well?
You just think about it like this, because buying gear and being the guy are two very different hobbies, brother.
So a pharmacist said to him, and pharmacist said to him, I can't believe you're taking all this fentanyl and you're still alive. And he said also,
the body creates tolerances, brother.
Yeah, and life creates the kind of mileage that makes your doctor blink twice.
He's like, fuck that, I'm going to get it done in 2 weeks.
Hillbilly heroin, that was the one
Yes.
that just fucking hit the world by storm. You're taking 25 of those a day.
Holy fuck.
That's a lot of fucking Tylenol. That's toxic shit. That's people OD on Tylenol from liver failure because they're like, dude, we can't give you any more Percocet. There's no fucking way. You got to stop taking Tylenol altogether. Yeah, and so basically when it comes down to is like, I was taking 80 milligram Oxycontin tablets throughout the day.
They were giving him 1,500 milligram fentanyl lollipops to suck on throughout the day.
At some point, medicine stops sounding medical and starts sounding like a rumor from a guy named Dale.
So don't think strong. Think resilient.
That is the line. Strong impresses people. Resilient gets your ass through Thursday.
Dude, that might be the single greatest fucking intro I've ever heard in my life.
That is a soldier's way of saying, all right, asshole, you got me.
Yesterday, this motherfucker thought a single chicken was $5,000.
And once your friends know you said some dumb shit, that debt lives forever.
So we got you here for 23 minutes, maybe longer. I'm just going to go to the kitchen and make some cookies.
Classic move. Real man enters the chat, comedian retreats to snacks.
You guys can talk strength, talk green beret. I'll see you guys a little later, Nick Humble.
Yeah, which is fucking, a couple of guys have done really well with that too.
I don't know how to stop. Like, I spent 20 years in the Army. I spent 16 years of that as a Green Beret, and I was always in a training cycle. So when I retired...
You're always preparing for something.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, my mental health, I don't know about everybody else, but my mental health went to shit.
That part lands because a lot of men only feel stable when they're needed by something brutal.
Well, in strongman, as you know, there's nobody to blame. Like, you can't fake strength. You can't blame other people. Like, everything falls on you.
I agree. Nick, there is something to be said about the that's what I love about the gym, right? And you look at a 45-pound plate, it's a 45-pound plate. It doesn't matter what color you are, what sexuality you are, what gender you are, it's 45 pounds. And or like the stones you guys pick up.
That's why men love weights. No lies, no feelings, no fucking committee meeting.
Right? It doesn't know what you are. You can't pick me up, well then you better fucking work at it. It's pretty simple, right?
People are like, what is it like being in special operations? And I'm like, it's the most toxic fucking competitive environment that you could ever be in your life. However, it has to be that way. It has to be uber competitive. And that uber competitiveness turns it toxic as shit.
Yeah, that is every male environment once praise shows up and somebody starts keeping score.
So a year out, the Army decided they wanted to make a career decision for me, and I was like, that's not fucking happening. You're going to need to be here for 4 years to get a bachelor's degree. And I'm a 38-year-old man at this point. I'm not a 22-year-old kid. And I'm like, yeah, that's financial. That's bullshit. I'm not going to do that.
But you understand what it's like to make a decision and go fucking get it.
I don't know how to quit.
That is either the engine of greatness or the first sentence in your third divorce paperwork.
It's like, what's the next? Like, after I competed at the Arnold this year, it took me about a month to go, what the fuck am I going to do next? Like, I've been a national qualifier for 5 years. I've competed at nationals twice with 2 top 10 finishes. Like, I've been to the Arnolds with a top 10 finish. Like, what the fuck do I do now? So going to school was sort of an institution, and I was on a team and had made friends. And it was funny that I'm 38 and now I have friends that are 18 to 22. And I had a coach call me from London, was like, hey, I want to put you on scholarship and get you in now. He says, I think you'll be a really good addition to this football team with your, he looked at it as maturity, and it's a cool story.
That's a fucking story to have someone in their mid-30s come and play on a football. That's a great fucking story. Holy shit.
John respects the kind of crazy that at least has direction.
No, man. So, well, we got season tickets when I was in the Army. I was at Fort Lewis in Tacoma, and we would drive down to the Ducks. I had season tickets for 2 years, and the first year I had tickets was the year Mariota won his Heisman.
You're always going to be a weird motherfucker. You're never going to get rid of that.
Every man secretly wants a friend who says that like a blessing.
You'll go to SFAS, Special Forces Assessment and Selection. If you get selected, or you make it through and get selected, then you'll go to the Special Forces Qualification course. And that can be anywhere from, I think it's 7 or 8 months up to a year and a half. But I started to train for it, and it just gave me, like, I don't know, I've always had this thing, like, the stronger I get or the faster I get or the human performance side of it. I didn't really understand that, but the more that I trained, I would get faster doing this, or I would get stronger doing this. SFAS isn't all that fun to go through, and that's 24 days of fucking insanity.
Meanwhile, most guys act like 3 emails, no lunch, and a sore back is Fallujah.
And then at the very end, the last gut check of the 24 days is a 25-mile road march. And then you can get peered out of the class whenever, if your whole team thinks that you're a shithead, and hey, you're done. And they'll just, you're gone. The funniest part for me is that I was a carpenter, and there were a lot of dudes that were like, I'm not going to leave out of here unless I'm in a body bag. And the next thing you know, you wake up the next morning and they left during the night and quit. And people would be like, how are you going to quit the fucking carpenter still here?
That is how respect works between men. Cruel wording, sincere point.
Hold on, real quick. I was going to say, you realize a seal, the symbol means they're in the water. Do you understand that?
So you're good on the land. You want to be the ultimate elite. You got to go get in the water too, Nick.
Keith heard elite military resume and still said, cool, but have you tried extra credit?
It's almost like being in the NFL or being an all-star in the NFL, or excuse me, what they call it, all league or whatever or the Hall of Fame. You know, I mean, it's like you're the creme de la creme of the best league in the world. Those are the two that are picking from all of the best of the best, and they're just taking a small group of the best of the best of the best.
Like those dudes are the guys that like snatched Bin Laden. Like those are the dudes that killed Bin Laden. The other dudes are the guys that snatched fucking dudes down in Venezuela. Like that shit's badass, but like fuck, that was not on my bingo card for me.
The best adult years are basically saying that sentence before coffee and again by lunch.
I'm not saying aliens are there, but I mean, you can only dig so deep before bad shit starts happening, it looks like.
All that's new is that this administration is choosing to talk about it publicly instead of sign things with an auto pen.
So I'm like literally studying like all these little like, fuck, where are they grabbing that stone? Like a field stone, they're turning it this way. So I was just breaking down all these little details, you know.
So this is kind of ridiculous, but it's also serious because it affects all of us every single day when we're on the roads driving. But Jimmy put this up here. Look at the commitment to this task of fucking painting road lines.
Only Keith can look at road paint and turn it into a sermon about standards.
Like, and I'm being serious. Would your 19-year-old self kick your ass today?
Oh, fuck no.
Exactly. My fuck exact words.
No.
As soon as I registered that I was feeling the way that I was feeling, I just immediately started doing burpees. And did it suck for the first few? Absolutely. But here's the thing. At the end of the first set, I was literally coming back to life, so to speak. So think of it like this. I burpeed myself into the proper state of mind and body.
That is the most disgusting motivational advice I've ever respected.
So what's the tip? Wake up and do something difficult every goddamn day. Wouldn't it be terrible to be the guy who just wants to talk about how fucking great he was at 18 or 19?
They asked him this question. They said, how much of your net worth would you give up to be 20 years old again? And he was like, that's a hell of a question. And he's like, you know, it would be awesome to be 20 again, but I wouldn't have the life experiences and the knowledge that I have now. And I wouldn't, so he's like, I wouldn't want to give any of it up. I would never want to be 20 years old. But I tell this to people. A lot of people can't self-actualize that shit. I've been married 3 times. You know what the fucking common denominator of that shit is?
That is a brutal line, because every grown man knows the mirror usually has fingerprints on it.
But Jen, she met me at the end of my career. I hate to say this because I sound like an asshole, but Like, if you're a single dude that's out doing your thing and you're in the military, especially in special operations, like, just fucking wait to the end of your career to get married, bro.
That is not romance advice. That is a field report with alimony in the margins.
It pans out so much better because the job, in my opinion, was first. And that's why my first 2 marriages didn't work out, because it wasn't like she came first, that job came first. And that job, you pour every ounce of your life into that job, and you don't have time for anyone else. And trying to split that sucks, man. When I left the regiment, I left. I cut off everyone that I knew in the regiment. Yeah. I wanted nothing to do with it anymore. At the end of my podcast, I have this thing that says the 2 best words of advice I ever got is you can't. And my saying was just, well, fucking watch me.
That is the healthiest version of revenge. Quiet, focused, and rude as hell.
Like, I don't need to tell you how fucking good I am. I'll show you.
I mean, I would never have. I got my pro card in bodybuilding at 42 years old. I wouldn't have done that if I was still holding on to the past.
We've seen it. It's a work of art, man. If you've never seen it or been to Vegas, the Sphere's a work of art.
And from anywhere in Vegas, you get, if you're there in person, you get the feeling how fucking massive it is.
Like, no offense, and I know a lot of these guys that have been on these podcasts that are like, oh man, if we go to war against the cartels, we're just going to send in tier 1 operators and fucking destroy them overnight. Like, yeah, probably not going to happen, dude. Like, remember, the cartel is very well funded. They have all the same weapons that we have.
Well, and they play by a different set of rules. And those cartel people will fucking kill you just dead as there's no rules for that.
Look at the amount of money the cartel spends on security, right? Early warning systems, defense, layers in defense. Shit, man, there's dudes from numerous special operations groups throughout the world that literally train the cartel on a daily basis. You're fighting first world country guys that have night vision goggles that can literally people don't understand, man. Night vision is a game changer. You want to stop the cartels, you know what you have to stop? Is the U.S. and Canadian want and need for drugs.
We're talking penis types this morning on Mornings to the Live. Hey, Nick, we just talk about the things nobody else is talking about this morning, and we all have them.
Like, people look and they say, oh, but you must spend hours in the gym. And I look at them now. I mean, when I was younger, yeah, I could take that title. But I look at them now and I say, you know, if I told you how little I train, you wouldn't believe me.
Dude. In my personal opinion, I think all special operators should be on TRT and they should be regulated by doctors.
I get up at 3 o'clock, 3:30. So I do my day in shifts. So I get that first 4 hours, take a nap, kick ass another 4 hours, have my workout, take another nap. So that's kind of like I work in these blocks, you know.
We talked about, just waking up in life going, holy shit, I'm 40 something, I'm 50 something, and life has got me here. Your personality is not the problem. No, your patterns are. Maybe, just maybe, that is your pattern. And that matters because personality feels permanent. It's all of us, but a pattern can be broken. Think about that, the 2 Ps, personality and patterns. And that is the trap that we often get into, is that we repeat something long enough, and then we start identifying with it. We start calling it who we are. We confuse familiarity with the truth. We become not the morning person. We confuse repetition with identity. And now all of a sudden, the very thing that's holding you back becomes the thing that you protect the most. No! What you're really doing is you're building a prison. Yeah. And you're decorating the walls with your excuses.
That line hurts because too many men got real comfortable calling their cage a routine.
And guys, that is not identity. No. That is a repetition of a pattern. Oops. That's not identity. That's repetition. And that repetition is so dangerous because the more we do something, the more natural it feels. It becomes us, even when it is destructive. Maybe when you feel that way, you got to go look in the mirror and go, what the fuck am I doing now? Because a lot of people are way too loyal to versions of themselves. You need to stop acting like your repeated behavior is some deep, unchangeable truth about who you are, because it's not. Here's the reality. The longer you're going to stay loyal to a version of yourself, that you've already outgrown.
That was yesterday's highlights. Full show is up next, and it keeps kicking grown men in the soul.
Most dudes don't get taken out by stupidity.
They get taken out by the desperate need to sound certain when they are scared, tired, and frankly full of shit.
Today, the bullshit professor is in the lab.
And he's gonna help us separate confidence from performance.
Truth from posturing.
And wisdom from well-dressed BS.
Only on mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. Come hit the like, come hit the subscribe, and come jump into the comments. Come check into the show. Come say hello. Mornings.live over on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Get up, build a streak, and show us your proof that you are up. The real story, nation, is that the media we are creating is becoming more programmable. Personality is becoming scalable. And character and the universes we create, well, that's becoming infrastructure. You see that? You want to see a frantic rush to the buttons. And you're like, hey, the buttons aren't working. Hey, where did Notion go? Hey, where did it all go? Good morning, everybody. The gremlins are in the system this morning, so I might be flying by the seat of my pants. You know, it's all about that lie. The lie that usually smells, it starts at small. It's like, I got it. This morning, Jimmy, it's like, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I'm fine. I'm just dismissing you along the way. Then I'm like, wait a minute. No, it's actually, maybe I'm not fine. And it shows up in your teeth. It starts running your leadership, your marriage, your habits, and then all that bullshit just coming all over you. You're like, oh my God, I don't actually have it. We're going to call it out today, but first, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Good morning, Rico. Hey, good morning, Murphy the Parkeet. What's shaking, Murphy? Good morning, Rico. Good morning, Sullivan. Good morning, Holroyd. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning to everybody in Mornings in the Lab Nation. What is shaking out there today? Have you checked in yet? I haven't. No, I've been too focused on getting my buttons done this morning. So we're all going to check in together this morning in a few moments. This morning, guys, good morning. This is Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and a little bit of fun conversation for all my Gen Xers out there, getting up, getting after it, and trying to achieve those big-ass goals out there. Hey, quick warning, guys, this is an R-rated experience. Yes, it is. We drop the F-bombs, the S-bombs, and some adult truths. So kids, get the parents out of the room. Tell them to get out of here and sit down, strap in for a wonderful ride with the handsome chief and the little man himself, John Anderson. Don't tell him I said that. Yeah, hey, if you're lurking, if you're pretending you like to be here, or if the algorithm just kidnapped you and put you in our space, just like you, Murphy the Parakeet, welcome to the big show. We get after it live every single day, right here on mornings.live. And yes, that's what we do here, Monday through Friday. And hey, we got a poll. We got a poll up on the site. And the poll today goes like this. Where do you catch yourself relying on the bullshit the most to get by? Where is it? Where is that BS in your life that you're like, I'm just relying on it nonstop at my work and my business and my relationship, maybe with yourself. Maybe it's your own mirror. Maybe that's what it is. And hey, coming up today, the big question today, what's the one uncomfortable, hard truth about your life that you've been actively avoiding this week? What has it been? Has it been going to the gym? Has it been making better decisions at night? What has been the way driving your good decisions, bad decisions along the way? That's today's daily question. And then, hey, guys, you've been hitting the snooze button. I like to do this every single start of the show to remind all of us how negatively, listen, how bad that snooze button can be. Yes, it will wreck our lives before we know it. And today, if you've been hitting that snooze, you are 17 hours behind me, Jimmy. Well, not Melissa, because she snoozed a few times. But yeah, you're 17 hours behind us. True story. So guys, stop losing real life to those 9-minute lies along the way. Minute here, minute there, minute here, minute there. Just a minute, all adding up before you know it. Dude, by the end of next month, you're going to be a day behind. Yeah, 24 hours. 24 hours behind. You're going to be just laying there. True story. All right. Let me see here. Looking at my notes. Yeah, looking at my notes. Nope. So, you know what's crazy, Jimmy? Neiman, Kai? Tried to log out of Notion this morning. How do you log out? I'm like, it won't let me log out. So I'm like, logging out. Like, do you want to log out of all devices? I'm like, well, no, I don't. But then I tried. And then, but I'm still logged in. I'm kind of logged in, kind of logged out. It's what? So, Nation, why don't you think you just log out? Like, there's no button to log out. Like, I'm looking everywhere in this freaking application, and I'm like, oh yeah, you've done a wonderful job keeping me in the application because there's nowhere to fucking log out. Like, there's actually not one little button that says log out. You can log out of all devices, but no, I don't want to log out of all devices. I want to log out of this device. It must be it's a Gen X thing. Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of Gen X, the Michael movie's out there. Yeah, the Michael. Oh, so it looks like I got a picture. Where does that go? Log out. Okay, let me see. I'm being taught in real time by my team. Okay, so I go to top corner and I see that it says log out. Nope, doesn't log out for me. Oh, hold on. Mornings in lab. Nope, no log out. Actually, no log out there, Kai. Nope, true story. Oh, hold on. Boom, boom. Oh, there it is right there. Log out. Okay, look at that. Learning with Bullsh this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Kai. Yeah, okay, so I clicked that other button. Oh, hold on, Nation. We're doing this in real time with the AI tech nerd himself, Mr. Bullsh. Oh, Jimmy! Oh, I think it's working. Yes, hey guys, speaking of working, there we go. It looks like we are into the show here this morning. Good. Hey, speaking of show, I think we got a guest on the show today. June, do we have a guest on the show today? I think we do. Yes, we do. We have a dude that has read a couple of things. Maybe just one thing. So maybe Johnny's not going to be a part of the conversation today. No, this guy read a 1,500-page bill on live TV in 50 minutes. Now, I'm not sure why. I don't know why you'd want to read a 1,500-page bill on live television in 50 minutes. And then he's trained special forces. So, I don't know. We got a guy coming up here today, Howard Stephen Berg. I'm a little bit nervous. I got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. This guy, Neiman, we might have a filibuster. Yeah, in the lab today. Just saying. It makes me nervous. We could have some, and filibusters are not good for conversational tennis. No, because filibusters just talk. So Stephen Berg, if you're a filibuster, hey, Neiman, did you ever think we'd use the word filibuster on our show? Filibuster. Yeah, exactly. Who's placing bets this morning? Hey, who wants to bet when Anderson's showing up on the show here and today? And I know Petro's on his way too, so I wonder where the hell they're both arriving in this morning. Yeah. So coming up, Stephen Berg, plus a bunch of other ridiculous conversational topics that I'm just dragging out because I actually have the fucking notes in front of me right now. So I'm just kind of making shit up along the way. Hey, you don't need AI to give you fake shit. No, just come to my show and I'll give you fake shit nonstop because I got no tech to give me the reality. Yeah, that's it. Just fake shit. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Jimmy, for that one. Why smart men fall for bullshit. Oh, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, Willis? Hey, so the Michael Jackson movie's out, and I put it on the table this morning for the trending topic. Jimmy, you want to talk about it? Let's put it up there. Oh no, actually, I forgot. I gotta say this. The morning loop starts right now.
Good morning, nation. We're live from the rooftop because Chief's internet has been acting like a haunted toaster.
I'm tightening this thing. If space Wi-Fi fails us, I'm blaming John in the clouds.
2 straight days of frozen screens. Chief was buffering harder than a motivational quote on dial-up.
John said Starlink, so naturally Frankie grabbed tools like we're launching a damn moon mission.
Look at them. 2 grown men fighting a satellite dish before coffee, and somehow this feels correct. If this works, Chief gets stable internet. If it doesn't, we're interviewing pigeons for tech support.
All right, nation. Signal's up, chaos is down, and the morning loop starts now.
Hey, so I did a podcast a few weeks back and it dropped last night. Yeah, so Jimmy, now I'm officially kicked out of Notion now. True. Yep, I'm officially done. I had no access to my database. Nope, I'm out of here. I'll just stay there right now. So guys, I did a podcast with Matt Roos. Yeah, Matt Roos. Yes, it dropped last night. And I'm pretty jacked about it. And yeah, it's just me talking behind a microphone. So if you look and hear me say things that I don't say on this show, well, then you can go find the Matt Roos podcast over on LinkedIn. And yeah, believe me, I'm fine doing it on the fly. It totally nostalgic. I'm all over this, man. We are doing the audibles on the fly this morning. True motherfucking story. Hey, speaking of true audibles on the fly, yesterday the Trump administration announced, Jimmy, marijuana is what? Is what? Did they declassify marijuana, Sterling and Preston? I think they did. Tell me about it, boys. Oh, no. Oh, I got a text from Anderson. I think he's having internet. Oh, no, he's 2 minutes late this morning. Oh, right, because he's on the road. Yes, he's on the road going to get his grandson's quad. He's heading up to see his grandson. That's a good time. That's a good time, man. Holy smoke-a-ronies. Okay, well, I try to get my shit. Yeah. No, Jimmy, all good, brother. Totally all good. Okay, well then, do we? Orange Man made it legal. Yes, so we can make it straight after him, says Sullivan. So here's the bottom line. The bottom line is, okay, let's do Michael Jackson this morning on the big show that we call Michael Jackson and Mornings in the Lab with
33% on Rotten Tomatoes. $65 million opening. America said, we don't care what critics think.
Jackson biopic opens in IMAX today. Joffer Jackson plays MJ. Critics hate it. Fans are filling every seat.
Nostalgia doesn't need permission. When the culture is big enough, the score doesn't matter.
So I have to be honest, I was quite I was wondering how this was going to play when I knew it was coming out. because all you guys, we all grew up with MJ, and we all know that there's a little bit of troubles going through his life at the end there. I'm just gonna gloss it over. Yeah, just gonna gloss it over. Weirdo. Anyways, so not making any accusations. So the movie comes out. It's coming out, and I was wondering whether we would, whether we as society would accept this now in time. Right? It's not just a celebrity story at all. It's tied to childhood. It's tied to ambition, talent, pressure, image, and the cost of becoming the greatest. And then we all know what happened with, we all know what happened with his journey in life. So I was curious to know whether we, as a society, would accept where that character, I guess the character, that human is in our history, and whether we're going to embrace that again, or whether we still haven't had enough time to acknowledge some of the weirdness, misforgivings that we witnessed for a long time in National Enquirer, pre-TMZ. So I don't know. The movie come out this weekend. Several reviews describing the movie as polished but sanitized. But are we surprised? Like Nation Sullivan, are we surprised? I think if you're putting a story out, you're probably you're probably choosing one side or the other, right? Yeah. You know what's interesting too, when you think about it, right? So we live in a world now where everything is captured. I wonder what the world would be like with Michael Jackson rising his fame in a world today where everything is captured, right? So when maybe the young children he was hanging out with at Neverland Ranch, would there be cameras there? I don't know. I'm just curious about all that along the way. Yes, we got Rico coming in. We got Anderson sitting in the green room. We're going to bring him in a quick second. We got Rico. How old is his grandson? I just seen his parents being responsible for the son cracking the electric bike that goes 60 miles an hour, and he crashed, and the parents are being held responsible. Yes, I saw that too, man. Well, listen, let's bring him up. The man himself, John Anderson. I love it.
That's quite a vehicle for 3 bikes, though. Shit.
That's quite a vehicle for 3 bikes, actually. And it looks like mine was the mini bike in the front, I suspect, Jimmy. That was probably mine, the little one.
Either that or it was the quad, because you can't ride a bike yet.
Yeah, or that too, yeah. Hey, so I had a quad growing up, Johnny, but I had the 3-wheelers, the ATCs, before that they were banned. Remember those?
Yeah, I actually had some of those in Mexico just recently.
Oh, no shit. Are they don't manufacture them. They would have been used ones, I'm thinking, right? Like you can't.
They were the old school ones.
Yeah. I had a Honda 200S or whatever it was. I remember that, dude. And and then a couple summers there, they banned them because we were growing up flipping them. Dudes like us were like, okay, well, you can turn those 3 wheels and fucking flip it over.
Dude, I never flipped one of those. You have to be so fucking if you flipped one of those because you have no idea how to ride a bike.
No question. Yeah. So I didn't either. I truthfully didn't. I had a lot of fun. I was fucking doing the old 3-wheel, like fucking 1-wheel shit, but and the pop wheelies, all that fun stuff. I had fun on my 200S. I mean, a lot of fun. How are you?
And remember the one that was I remember those are the ones I had in Mexico. I had 2 of those.
Okay.
But then remember the one, it was a 110, and the only suspension was the fat tires.
Yes.
They were the big balloon tires. So there was no shocks. It was just straight fork like a bicycle.
Your kidney just going for a ride the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I know.
And it was just dog fucking slow.
Yeah. So I got to, it's going to come across as a bizarre question, like I like to ask him, Anderson, but it's a serious one. So when they made the 3-wheelers, I wonder if it was like a design thing or a functional thing or a cost thing, or it was like, hey, let's make a 3-wheeler, because they didn't last very long before they were banned, if you remember, right? Like seriously.
Well, I think it was more of like a
trike, like put a motor on a trike, like a tricycle, like where we grew up with kind of thing.
It was like, because there was no quads yet, so it was the first version of letting someone that couldn't ride on 2 wheels ride.
Yes, you're right. There was no quads yet. It was like a migration.
The quad replaced the 3-wheeler.
Yes, yeah, and that was the game changer, right? It went from the mini bike, motorbikes to the 3-wheelers to the 4s, and Bob's your uncle now.
Yeah, the quad that we have here is fucking nasty, dude. I mean, it's because I ride a 450.
Yeah.
which these, I mean, for the most part, these things are borderline race ready. You know?
Yeah.
And then the quad that we have is the same fucking motor. It's also 450. It's like fucking, I mean, it's nasty on the pavement. You hit the throttle, it'll just put you on your back.
Jesus.
If it catches traction, it'll turn you over.
So obviously here in Canada, lots of snow. Snowmobiling is a big thing here, and my brother-in-law likes to snowmobile. And dude, I can't get over the price of these things these days, eh? Like basically full ass engines, 4-stroke engines, like
Good.
30.
The little fucking quad I just bought it was a 70 cc.
How much?
It wasn't even a fucking because I'm a Honda guy. I like all my shit Honda because it lasts forever.
Me too. Yeah.
Dude, a fucking Honda one for him was going to be like $4,000. I was like, are you shitting me? I asked the guy, because I called the guy where I bought my 450.
Yeah.
He's great, took great care of me. And I said, okay, here's the fucking magic question. Am I going to be able to ride this thing? Or is it like off limits? He's like, no, dude, you're going to break this. I'm like, fuck this shit. So we bought him it was like an off brand. It was still $2,000.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Are you fucking what is this thing? Does it have a fucking bidet on board? You know?
Rico's got a question for you, brother. He says, how old's your grandson? I just seen some parents being held responsible for their son cracking the electric bike that goes 60 miles an hour, and he crashed. The parents are being held responsible. And I've seen more and more of that where there's...
Well, how was the kid?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, that's what happens when you're a parent. You're held responsible for your kid all the way till he's 18. So that's not very surprising. I mean, you got to be fucking responsible to understand what your kid is capable of. And if he's such a mischievous son of a bitch, don't leave him home with shit that he can get himself in trouble with.
Johnny Howard, Stephen Berg joining us at the bottom of the hour. The guy read a 1,500-page bill on live TV in 50 minutes. I'm not too sure why.
Say that again. What?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. What?
Yeah, a 1,500-page bill. So
bill like a bill like turn into a law, or a bill like you get when you leave the fucking grocery store or your mechanic shop.
I think the law. Johnny, he might be a filibuster. He might be so, but he also is the world's fastest reader. So I know you'll have a lot in common to talk to him about.
Oh shit. Yeah, this sounds like I got a lot in common with this dude.
But then Johnny, he's trained special forces to think faster. So he's
now we're talking, baby.
Yeah.
We're talking.
Yeah. So apparently he's
because these really, really smart fucking dudes. They have the ability to help, I mean, in many cases they're smart and they're creating code and they're changing the world that way. But I love the fact that he's taking these skills and he's, taking it and passing it to other, call it venues or arenas. That's fucking beautiful.
That's it. And then of course we got our brother from the other mother, Dr. John Petrocelli, joining us in the second hour. We're going to talk about why smart men like you fall for bullshit. Yeah. And how to stop that. So a lot of us smart men, we're just falling for bullshit nonstop. We're going to have that fun conversation.
It's funny. I always refer to myself as not smart.
Yeah, you do. That's why I was telling you that.
But here's the thing. I do it in kind of a
self-deprecating way,
tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah.
Because the definition of smart in our world, generally speaking, would be school.
100%. Yes, I would agree with you there. Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm happy to say I was a dumb son of a bitch.
Well,
I still don't read well.
Yeah.
But it just shows that the fucking system that we're put through has nothing to do with your success.
So as I've gotten to know you and spend time with you, I've really appreciated that vulnerability about you, because I know I can tell you, Johnny, as I've gone through my career, I had my own imposter weirdness syndrome going into big meetings with who I thought were people that my perception were smarter or on a different pillar. And believe me, brother, my own issues. I believe me, I know I had to go talk myself down all that bullshit for a while, thinking people were better than me. And I'd go to boardrooms or corporate meetings where I feel like I don't belong, right? Because I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm the smartest guy at all, frankly. So I go to these sessions and I feel I struggled, man. I had to work myself through that and understand that actually, dude, you do know a couple of things. right? So I can appreciate your comment there. And that's why, as I've gotten to know you, you've leaned into that. I'm just a dumb son of a bitch. What do you always say? I was dumb enough to, what I butcher it.
No, this is probably and I love this because it makes people, I think it gives people hope. That's why I spit this out. I was just dumb enough to believe.
Yes.
Just dumb enough to believe I could do it.
I love that. That's such a strong statement.
But and it's the fucking truth.
Yes.
I mean, the crazy part, because there was, I mean, without going into details, I mean, that was literally the fucking truth.
Yeah.
I mean, had I been a little smarter and been able to understand what I was signing up for, I might have gone, Jesus Christ, this is a really fucking long shot here. And I would talk myself out of it.
Yeah. Or you might have or you may have got yourself into some situations where maybe you didn't need to be in, right? So maybe some of your naivety was like, hey, it's good for me. Right. So, hey, John.
And part of that naivety is getting yourself in those fucking spots and having to work your way out. Because sometimes you're going the wrong direction. You get yourself in a pickle, but you overcome that adversity, get back on track. That's part of the confidence building.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Yep, 100%. Hey, so you dropped this a couple of days ago, and I got to be honest, my ears went up. And I'm just suspecting, just through your reading and talking with folks and just paying somewhat of attention to the world. I didn't know Johnny, but Floyd, because he's got this fight supposed to be coming up this weekend. Well, apparently it may or may not. There's no broadcaster, there's no promo. I guess he owes over almost $7.5 million to the IRS, which might explain why the guy is fighting. Sterling Preston set it up for Keith and John.
A Mayweather and Tyson fight in the Congo with zero promotion and no broadcaster.
And the IRS is outside with a $7.3 million receipt.
Exhibition with Mike Tyson collapsed 24 hours out. No broadcast deal, no real promo, and the IRS wants $7.3 million in back taxes.
You don't announce Tyson in the Congo, then ghost the whole thing in Greece like nothing happened. That's not boxing. That's a Ponzi scheme in gloves.
What's going on, Roofy? I see out there in the comments, bro. Yeah, $4,000. That's almost full chicken. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, bro. And I've been here before. I'm sure I don't know if you've been here, but I guarantee you're smart enough to spot it and fucking pivot. But you start fucking doing well financially, and you get used to a certain lifestyle. And then if the income drops, you have to fucking take the initiative, number one, to say, okay, I need to change my spending habits now.
Yep.
Because this might take longer to get back in fucking play than I want it to.
Yep.
Then, so you spot it, but then the second is, can you fucking do it?
Yes.
Because, I mean, Jesus Christ, there was I'm trying to think, there was a period a couple of different periods in my life where I've gone through that where, fuck, man, I better pull the reins back in. Because you're just, enjoying life, but recognizing that if things don't turn around with the income and the fucking spending keeps going this way, you don't need all this shit. Is great if the streams are coming, but if the streams are not coming, this will turn you upside down very quickly.
Yes.
I had fucking Terry run, I can't remember what, years ago, but we were fucking doing between $2,000 and $3,000 a month at Starbucks.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's a house payment for many people. Okay, we need to chill out on the fucking Starbucks here.
Whoa.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? Do we have a fucking bedroom in the back or something?
Dude, just imagine. So that's $24,000 to $36,000 worth of Starbucks shares annually, brother.
Dude, I know. Well, and the crazy thing is if you just go through there,
too, man. I've been there. I can
go through it. You go through and I get a coffee, she gets a coffee,
yes.
She gets some egg bites, she likes the sandwiches from there. You're if you fucking have any regular pattern with that, each one of those orders is like $40.
Well, and just so let's just do some simple, ridiculous math. Like in the world we live in today, how much is $100, Johnny? Not much today, right? You think you spend $100 a day just on whatever, a fucking coffee, a piece, whatever, a fucking turd every single day? Dude, that's almost
$40,000.
That's a lot of money.
Dude, it's just also, this morning I had a little glimpse at how fucking far, removed I am from what shit costs.
No, dude, don't tell me.
So I wake up this morning and I was already asleep, but Terry got home last night.
Yeah.
I fell asleep at 6:40. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I'm up, and she'd gone to the grocery store, and she had this rotisserie chicken. She doesn't like to put them in the fridge. She likes to she doesn't like cold food, right? But we don't use the microwave, so room temperature is what she likes. So I see the little chicken there. I was like, oh, I remember when those were like $5 is the last time I remember looking at the price. Well, it was sitting in a way where you could see the tag.
$7.50.
$9.99. It had doubled since I remembered. I was like, holy shit, dude. It's fucking is shit twice as expensive as I remember? Is that how this works?
See, my $5,000 chicken, Anderson. I love you, man. I'm not too far off. Speaking
of Jesus Christ.
You know what? I got something for you, brother. I got a guy, and Neiman, it dawned on me last night. We have a chicken expert. Anderson, I met a guy on my show before you. His name is Matt Rouse. I was on his podcast a few weeks back. He's a solid dude from Eastern Nova Scotia. I'm going to get him on here. The guy raises chickens. He's a chicken wrangler, but he's an AI nerd. He has chickens, and I'll bring him on. We'll have some fun with him.
Dude, having chickens is like, if you have a few chickens and you have enough, they lay enough eggs for you to support the eggs.
Yeah.
Dude, the organic chicken egg is fucking amazing. If you just let that thing kind of, I don't know what the fuck they do. They poke around, they just eat shit,
Yes.
It's when they mass produce them and they're doing all the shit to them to get them to pump out eggs as fast as you can. It gets so diluted.
Yeah, true story. Hey, Howard Stephen Berg coming up. He might be a filibuster. I'm nervous. We might have a filibuster coming up here. The guy read a 1,500-page bill on live TV in 50 minutes, or he's just a fast reader. So
I missed the hold on. So I missed part of that. So he read a 1,500
page bill
in 60 minutes.
In 50 minutes. Yeah. So
dude, that would probably take me weeks, and I would not understand what I read. I'd have to do it again. what he did in 50 minutes, it would take me a month.
And then it would be like, hey, John, you got to get to the end of the paragraph in 3 minutes, or you got to go back to the beginning. Oh, shit.
Dude, and I would have pages of notes trying to remember what I read.
Oh, I love it, man. I fucking love it. Oh, brother. So I got in the lab this morning, and all my tech is shut. My internet's working. I was nervous about that.
Did you get my text that I was running a few minutes late?
I did. Yeah, I did. I was looking
at this dump that just wouldn't stop.
Oh yeah, you had one of those today, eh?
God damn, man.
All right, Jimmy. Before we bring in our man Howard Stephen Berg, I did have a couple of things I wanted to put on the table here. Oh, here it is, Johnny. So get this one, man. Nearly half of Americans, except Jimmy, because Jimmy's Filipino. Nearly half of Americans practice kink, but only 2/3 are too ashamed to talk about it, Jimmy.
Half the country is doing it. Almost none of them will say it out loud. That's not a secret. That's a whole country playing pretend.
New survey says nearly half of Americans practice kink, but 2/3 won't even talk about it with a partner. So the thing people actually do is the thing they're most afraid to say.
Shame doesn't protect anyone. It just makes the conversation harder and the consequences worse. If everybody's doing it and nobody's talking, that's not privacy, that's fear.
I think we got to put this one on the table with Brianna, Johnny, but apparently half of North Americans are practicing kink in the bedroom, but nobody talks about it. Right. So, and however you want to define kink, but yeah.
Totally. I was going to say the definition of kink, but the lack of communication is what fucking kills me. It's like, holy shit, dude. It's like, I mean, I'll be totally honest here. Yeah. I want to be good at sex. Yes, I do. Yes. I want to fucking be that guy. Like,
yes,
you know, when you just knock someone's socks off, that feels fucking good.
Yep.
Not in the regards of getting off, but in the regards like, fuck yeah, I'm the man, call it, right?
Yep.
So that being said, why would you not say, hey, what do you like? I want a roadmap to get to be that guy as fast as fucking possible. I don't have to fucking figure this shit out. And usually people that are a little bit more, I don't know what the term would be,
liberal.
I hate to say advanced with sex, you know?
Yes.
I have no fucking problem telling you what they like.
When we put this show together and sex, relationships, and everything we raise as a Gen X or raised with, this was a big part of it. Sex is important to me. I enjoy it. Like you, I want to be good at it. I fucking struggled with the pile of kittens. Why I had the elastic band. I wanted to be good at it. So like you, it baffles me why so many humans today, John, think about this, right? You and I could walk into a room with 10 people. Just think 10 people and 5 people are doing this. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, I don't masturbate. Oh, no, I don't. It's just bizarre to me. It's actually bizarre to me. We all have penises. We all have.
Everyone even go as far as to pretend like that little goofy little voice there. They're too chicken shit to even say that.
I know. Yeah, we all have penises. We all have vaginas. Yet we all get so caught up on. Oh, I don't want to tell you what I like, John, because I might. Oh, I don't want to tell you what I like. Really.
I mean, there have been plenty of times where I would ask that question. I could see someone starts to blush.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, hey, listen, this is just me finding out a little bit more about how I can do better.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing once they realize that it's more of a selfishly motivated thing, like I want to do better. You know, it's like sometimes I think people are worried about like they're on the chopping block. Am I going to like what he wants? No. It's not about that. It's about me finding the roadmap to getting you to start to fucking pray.
Johnny, I think there was a bunch of people praying when this guy got on live TV and he's like, all right, I got 1,500 pages to read for you. Yeah, his name, Howard Stephen Berg. The guy read a 1,500-page bill on live TV in 50 minutes. And then he trains special forces to think faster. Well, it's time to bring him into the lab. Sophia Grant, let's set it up. Myself, John Anderson, Howard Stephen Berg. The conversation starts now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
A famous guy named Howard spent 5 years writing his memoir. One man read the whole book in 6 minutes and gave a full synopsis on live television. Stern's response was, "It took me 5 years to write that book." You read it in 6 minutes, you fat bastard. We've got the fastest reader in the world here today. He grew up in the housing projects of East New York, and he hid in the library to stay safe from the gangs outside. Books were shelter first. Then they became something else entirely. By age 11, he tested at a 12th grade reading level. His 7th grade teacher caught him finishing Call of the Wild in 90 seconds and didn't believe it. The Guinness Book of World Records did 25,000 words per minute. 80 pages per minute. He read a 1,500-page congressional bill live on Fox Business in 50 minutes, then explained the contents. Today, he has a complete learning system covering reading, writing, memory, and creativity. Howard, what a life. Welcome to the big show. Let's have some fun today.
Johnny,
did I hear 2,500 words a minute?
And did I also hear that Howard Stern said, you read my book in 6 minutes, you fat bastard? So Sophia Grant calling out our guest. Let's bring him up. Howard Stephen Berg. Good morning.
Hi, it was 25,000 words a minute.
Okay, so perfect. Here's the question then, brother. How the fuck do you turn the pages that fast?
That's the first lesson.
I was gonna say, I mean, literally, you must just be like fucking doing this.
Pretty much. It's a page and a half a second.
Dude,
You're fucking kidding me. So in the books I read, there's lots of pictures. I'm assuming there are no pictures in your books.
It depends on the subject. You know, there are books that have pictures, but I could give you some strategies on how to do it today, and so it's not just a mystery, but something you could begin putting to practical use in your own life.
Brother, I'm very, very you're so advanced on this. It's for someone not to listen to what you have to say would just be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wanted to just say something on your other topic. I'm 76, so a hot night is you forgot to put the air conditioning on.
What's up?
How old are you? I missed it.
He's 76.
Are you really? Good for you, brother.
Well, it's better than not, you know. I have a lot of friends who are it, and they're not doing so well.
Jesus, Murphy. Yeah, that's true. So, Howard, where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm in Central Florida. I'm between Ocala and the Villages.
Okay. So we pride ourselves on finding interesting people. Keith and John love to find interesting people that, if you took a group of 10, there'd be one person who's extremely interesting. And you struck me as an interesting person because of your story. Let's get into the 1,500 page bill on live TV. Let's get
real quick before we get that. It's like, sure it's like going right for the fucking. We gotta. You gotta listen. Take me to a fucking movie or dinner before you go to the room on this one. It's like,
yeah, that's fair.
Okay,
let's go there.
So going back to the 25,000 words per minute. So excuse me, a page in a second and a half, right?
A page and a half a second.
Page and a half a second. Jesus Christ. Okay. So God, that makes it even. So explain how you look at a whole page of text, and in less than a second. You've gathered that. I mean, do you literally go line by line, or do you have some fucking weird just extraction thing that the rest of us don't have?
Actually, you do have it. I'll explain how. When you're in a car and you're driving 70 miles an hour, you're reading the road, front, back, left, and right, and you're bored. You turn on the radio, you're on your phone, you're talking to people in the car, and then you read a book. The average speed's about 200 words a minute. So why can you read in 4 directions at 70 miles an hour in a car and only read about 200 words a minute in a book and retain about 10%? The difference is in a car, it's a movie. You're seeing all that information visually and making decisions. In a book, it's like someone is in your head talking one word at a time. Most people read as fast as they can talk. I'm seeing a movie. So if you look at all the books behind me, you see them. These are real. That's not a backstop. You see all the books. But if I had to read the title on the spine of every single book, one at a time, we'd be here all day just reading the names on the titles of the book. So vision is analog. It takes everything in instantly. And hearing is digital, one bite at a time. Most people are reading digitally, and I teach them how to read analytically, so they're taking in larger chunks more visually. You end up seeing I see a half a page to a page, but a normal person could see 2 or 3, 4 lines simultaneously and take it in visually. And they begin to see the information instead of listening to it. And that's what makes it easier to go quicker.
Wow.
I'm like the 1 or 2 words guy, not the 1 or 2 lines guy.
You could be president.
So where do you start? What's the first tip? Where do you start with going from the average guy 1 or 2 lines to a whole fucking page?
I actually just gave you the first tip, but I'll give you the second one now.
Well, okay. Well, if you gave me the first tip,
forgive me, because be more visual, see it more analytically. But I'll show you now it's a practical way for doing that instead of telling you what it is you need to do, how it can be done. So when the show is over, pick a book that you understand. You want to make sure the only thing that can confuse you is the speed, not because you're reading quantum physics and don't know anything about it.
Gotcha.
Then everything's confusing. So you read at your normal rate with a timer. When the timer goes off, put a little line in the margin. That's how far you go now. Now the magic. Go back, take your hand and go from the left to the right margin, and your eye is following your hand as fast as you could comprehend. So as long as you know what you're reading, go quicker and quicker and quicker until you reach a point where it's too fast, you don't know what you're reading. That's where you hit your cutoff point. Go down just a little in your speed so you're at the peak speed that you can still understand. And for 5 minutes, 1 line at a time, eyes following your hand. Now go back to the first page where you tested yourself for a minute. This time yourself for a minute using the hand to move your eye, and you'll go 20 to 40% further just with that one step. And you can see it. It's something you can experience.
So it's
and
just a practice thing. This is practicing, and it just gets faster and faster.
There's more to it. We'll go over that because comprehension is more important than speed. And most people the reason speed reading doesn't work is reading doesn't work. You could read a calculus book slowly, memorize all the formula and get an F because you don't know how to use them. You have no idea how to solve a problem, which is not a reading problem. You read all the information. So what I do is I also teach comprehension and understanding, which I could explain on the air. I mean, I think it's more important than speed.
Yeah. Interesting.
So Howard, I guess, so you mentioned comprehension. I'm trying to gather my question for you here. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you see a page of words. How do Keith and John know that you've read the page and you understand the comprehension and you can explain it to us? Like, how do you know the results? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, okay,
Very good. That's a great question. I appreciate that. I'll give you two answers. One, I did when I was in college, my last year of college, I was majoring in biology. And I decided I wanted to be a psychobiologist, not a psychotic biologist. That's Frankenstein. Yeah. Psychobiology is the biology of behavior.
Okay.
So I had no psych courses. And the dean said, you have to do a 4-year psych program in 1 year, all of it. Ed finished the bio program at the same time. And I had 3 jobs. I was working 18 hours a week. He said, you're not smart enough. And that's when I learned to do this. And I did the 4-year psych program in 1 year. And I took the graduate record exam in biology, and I read 48 books in 3 nights, like biochemistry, cell physiology, genetics. I got 3 questions wrong. I was in the 99th percentile in the world. So that's one way you could tell.
So real quick, when you said, okay, fuck this dean, I'm going to do this, right?
I didn't actually say that, but that was the context of
that was that was the idea behind it, you know?
Yeah.
That was the driver. So I guess the question is, did you have somebody teach you how to do this, or did you figure out how to do this on your own?
Just taking all these great courses on how the brain works. I'm like, why don't they use any of this to learn?
So you actually
how to make very smart rats and monkeys and
this
fish.
Is your methodology that you created this.
Yeah, I looked at all.
Bro, that makes it even.
Put it together, it works.
That makes it like 1,000 times better. You actually engineered this method. Which
the man who owned Evelyn Woods hired me to train his son and said, you've gone past speed reading to speed learning. And he actually wanted to buy my rights. I didn't sell them to him, but he owned Evelyn Woods. He was the CEO. So that gives you an idea. Another thing you asked me, how could you tell? There's a test called the Nelson-Denny. It's a standardized test for speed and for comprehension. And they took 100 random people. 50 of them did the A and then the B, and 50 did the B and then the A to see if what happened after they took the program. Everyone in the 100-person group doubled to quadrupled, most doubled, and they had the same or better comprehension. So that's a standardized exam that's proving that the results are valid, not just for me. Me doing it's like a sideshow. You doing it, that's a breakthrough that could help a lot of people succeed in an information-rich world. And we proved that that's what happens.
Okay, so here's the $1 million question, brother. Right? You can read, you said 25,000 words a minute. Is that right?
At peak, yeah.
Okay. Can you actually do this when you're speaking out loud?
No. I'm afraid I was.
I knew the answer to that. There's no possibility, but
it's not like a fax machine.
I was going to say, I don't know. Your mouth can't follow your brain on that one.
No, I actually met the world's fastest reader. I did the 4G launch in Australia for their phone company, and they had me and the world's fastest speaker and the fastest rapper and the fastest texter, and he's very fast. He did like the soliloquy from Hamlet in like 6 seconds, which is quite remarkable, but you couldn't understand anything. If you slowed it down with a tape, you could hear it. But
no shit.
You couldn't hear the words because he was going so fast, but he was saying them.
Howard Stephen Berg hanging out with Keith and John this morning. Johnny, I'm just taking this all in, man. I'm really trying to wrap my head around it.
When it comes down to this whole bill thing, that's like the headline. Great.
Yeah.
But people want to know what's behind it.
Yeah, well, and let's get further behind it, Johnny. So get this: the library saved Howard Stephen Berg, and you sit literally. You said the library in the Brooklyn projects was the safest place in your neighborhood. Howard, walk us back. What was that version of Howard Berg's life when you were running from when you went to read? You're running. It sounds like maybe you had some challenges growing up, but the library was your place of comfort. Talk about that, Howard.
I'll give you a little context. We moved when they raped an 88-year-old man. That was the neighborhood. But I was mugged 100 times.
Who's they?
The gangs, the people in the neighborhood.
Jesus, Murphy.
Yeah. I was in high school. I was a hall monitor. I asked for a pass, pulled a knife out with a blade like this, put it against my throat. I said, "This is my pass. What are you going to do about it?" I said, "I'm going to hold the door, and you can go anywhere you want. I think this is a very good pass." And I'm fine with it. That was high school. It was a very violent neighborhood. There were a lot of kids killed. There were gangs that had 1,500 kids in them. And I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not much of a gang kid. And so when I got out of high school at 17, I had two choices. I could go to Brooklyn College and get a new car, or Binghamton, which is a top college where it's minus 40 wind chill, but no car. And I went to Binghamton because I wanted out of Brooklyn. I wanted it bad enough that I was willing to not have a car at 17 to get out of that environment. My dad was pistol whipped. My sister was attacked. It was just part of
you're thinking, how do I get
neighborhood.
What is a car when you're going to be fucking scared for your fucking life every day?
Yeah.
And they'll steal it anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah, no shit. How long am I going to have it?
Yeah. So I was more interested in changing my life, which I did. And I'm really pleased that I did. It was a good school. I got a good education. But now my focus is on other people. I had a school. If you ask me, how do I know it works? I owned the school. My 11-year-olds were doing college classes in 1 week and passing them on CLEP exams. Wow. They wrote 28-page MLA cited reports at 11 at the graduate school level in 4 hours. And that's what excited me, having 15, 16-year-olds graduating college with 4.0s, law degrees, and passing the bar at 18, 19 years old, going to medical school.
You were surrounded by like fucking genius minds.
No, I taught them. They were C students.
Oh,
they started off as C student. This kid, an 11-year-old C student. He finished high school at 15. We had a high school. 2-year degree at 17, bachelor's at 19, master's at 21, English professor at 22. He was a C student at 11. What changed? He learned how to learn. We don't teach learning in school.
No, you're right.
Tell them to learn. You don't learn, it's your fault. You go back and do the same thing harder and you still don't learn, so you give up and you drop out. I'm teaching how to brain work so you can actually learn. And this is for normal people, people who aren't geniuses. It changes how their mind works so they can become geniuses.
Howard Berg, the speed reader, with myself and John Anderson this morning on Mornings and Live with Keith, John, and friends. Coming up in the second hour, Dr. John Petrocelli, the bullshit professor. And Howard, Petro's got a question for you, and I want to put it on here. He says, at a page and a half a second, that's 90 pages a minute. Most 300-page books are in the range of 9,000 to 11,000 words. How do you calculate 25,000 words, approximately 2 books a minute?
It's more about the number of words. It takes me a page and a half a second. So if there's more words, I read faster. If there's less, it's the turning the page that slows me down. Can I tell people that if they want to take the course live online with me, you go to howarereading.live, howarereading.live. I do a live class every month. And in 4 hours, they will at least double, or I don't charge them. They will at least double their reading speed with good comprehension.
Howard, I'll tell you, man, our brother John Petrocelli here, who hangs out with us every Friday, he'll be in here in a few minutes. He actually only reads half of his books. So I'm
put that in context, dude. So, Jesus Christ,
let me finish. So maybe you could help him read all of them, man. He buys books, and he's, if it's interesting, he'll read the whole thing. If it's not interesting, he'll cut it off halfway through.
But he's not wrong. One of the things
I was going to say, our man here is going to fucking totally agree with Petro. Jesus Christ.
I tell them to speed read the book in 5 minutes to see if it's worth learning. Because like you said, a lot of it's wasted information. If it's not, go to another book. But if it is, then I teach them the strategy for learning, not just reading faster. And that, like I did a graduate course in educational psychology. Now it's a 5-month course. I did it in 7 hours. And then I took the AP test, which was 6 hours and 50 minutes, and got a B+. I only needed a C- for what I was doing. So I didn't do it in 5 minutes, but I did 5 months of graduate study in 7 hours. So I still feel it was a good use of my time.
As you sit here and listen to you talk, I realize in your position, like when I sit here and think about books I want to read, it's because I've heard so many people talk, like people that I literally value their opinions and I respect them about a book that I need to read. Your position is, there's all these fucking books. How do I find one that's worth my fucking 5 minutes? Because it's like now he's such the opposite side of this. It's a totally different. Okay, I got all this list of books I want to fucking read, but they take me a month a piece if I fucking, sometimes more than that. Years like, okay, how do I dig through this sea of bullshit to find the ones that I should actually invest my time in?
Yeah. That's your first step.
Yeah.
Because a lot of books don't give you what you thought they would give you. And you don't know that for hours or weeks later. I know in 5 minutes, this book isn't going to satisfy my needs. I need a different book. And I'm not wasting my time on a book that doesn't provide me with information I could actually use.
Well, brother, crazy enough, like I find I read books multiple times. And I swear to God, every time I read it, it's like, I fucking learned so much more. I mean, I have yet to read a good book like an additional time and think, okay, I'm done reading that. I'm like, fuck, I learned so much more this time than I did the last time.
Johnny, give you a strategy to get more out of it on the first read. Would that help you?
Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me?
There's only 5 things you need to learn. The new words, which is the vocabulary, that's about 80% of a topic you don't know anything about. The names, who's in the book and what did they do? Third, any number, date, statistical formula, something numerical. 4, the 5 big concepts or takeaways in each section. What's the big thing here? What am I getting that I didn't know before? 5 of them. You don't want to do less than 5. You could do more, but 5 is the cutoff. And lastly, are there any questions and can I answer them? So if you know every word and what it means, every person, what they did, every number and how it's used, the main ideas in every part of the book, and you understand them and can answer any questions the book is asking you, you're done. And that's what I was teaching these youngsters to do to get their college courses in a week.
I'm speechless. John, how many books do you guys think he's read in his whole lifetime?
He's read more books in a fucking weekend than I read my whole life.
You and me both. Just fucking numbers.
I got a literally, just a heads up, brother. So I got a degree from University of Portland, small Catholic school up in the Northwest. And I got a major in theology. I'm one credit shy of a minor in philosophy. Didn't read a single book. See, my comprehension was so low that I was like, I'm never going to be able to keep up with this. So I went to each professor. Because I was challenged learning, I was forced to kind of develop other ways of getting by. I became a very good problem solver. That was really one of my biggest blessings. And so I went to each professor and I was like, okay, which, small school, you can actually go knock on their fucking door and see them. Big school, you can't even get near these guys. But I said, hey, look, how does the midterm and the final break down in percentage of information? What percentage is the lecture? What's in the book? And if they told me 20% or less in the book, I didn't fucking worry about it. I just went to the lectures, made sure I stayed awake and took good fucking notes. And that got me by most of the classes. Some of them, they're like 60-40, which meant I had to find somebody that knew what was in the book, and I had to have conversations with them to get that information out. So me not being able to read worth a shit really turned me and created my problem solving skill set, which then allowed me to become a good entrepreneur.
You raised a very important point. good grades don't necessarily mean you're intelligent. It means you're good at taking tests and reading books. See, you're on a show, you have talent. You're funny, you're conversational. What people should be asking is what makes me smart. Maybe I'm good at art. Maybe I'm a good musician like Paul McCartney. He's not a quantum physicist. It isn't about being good at everything. It's being good at something. And if people spent more time looking at their core competency and what they do well, instead of worrying about all the things they can't do, but excel at something as you have, and you could be a success in life. What happens with many people is because they don't do some things well, they feel it reflects poorly on everything. And it demeans them in their own mind, and then they don't achieve anything because they don't believe they're capable of it. Where if they just focused on that thing that makes them special and developed it as far as they could take it, they'd have a more productive life.
He said something in there that hooks up one of my favorite sayings is all the time, brother, I say, look, and I say this and I really own this so that it will help other people. I was just dumb enough to believe I could do it.
And what I love and what I love as a host is when a segue happens when you don't even see it or know it's coming. Because Howard, you're talking about John's skills and what John's really good at and what he's exceptionally good at. Jimmy, let's run this committed. Howard, I like to put something on the screen here often where John teaches me something, and I got something. So John's a strongman, professional strongman, and this guy's an expert in this. So John, I love watching John break these things down because he can teach me stuff. So he's talking about committed, right? So John, this guy's picking these stones. He's picking up like yesterday. Like, look how talk to us about this. What's he doing here?
Well, he's a very, very small set of stones in the beginning. Now he's starting to lap them, so he's got to pull them up to his lap. The big one is where we'll see if he's.
Oh yeah.
So now he's getting challenged here, so he's going to lap it. He should be probably putting his hands over the top to change his leverage points.
Oh yeah.
Didn't do it too much, but it did a little bit. Oh, here we go. There's another one. So the bigger it gets, the more he's got to use leverage. So he's going to lap it. Then what he should do is re-grip it, meaning grabbing over the top of the stone, which will change his leverage points, then up.
When you say lap it, what do you mean by that, John? Lap it? Like,
See how he's stopping in his lap?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the little ones, he went straight up, wasn't even touching his body.
He's struggling.
Now he's got to use his body. He's got to get his hips under this. You can't really see from this angle, but when he re-gripped, there's the lap. Get it in there, baby. Now he re-grips it. He re-gripped it. Now he's changing his leverage point so he can actually put his hips under it.
Is that timed, Johnny? Is that a timed event?
100%.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so
let's see those little ones are like those are the chick stones.
Yes.
Normally they don't make the dudes do those.
I put that up there, Howard, because in many ways, what you guys both do is extremely relatable. Like Howard, John walks up to that situation and he can see it in his mind and he can solve it. You walk up to a book with 1,000 words and you guys are actually the same thing. You follow my analogy, Howard?
That's what I was saying. Find what you're good at.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be the world's fastest reader to be great at something that he does.
Yes.
He does well. This guy probably does a rewrote. I can be honest. I don't think I could lift that big stone. I know you're probably shocked. But even if I put it in my lap and I used my hips really, really well, I don't think I could have gotten it on top of the barrel.
Johnny, we might have a show coming up with John teaching Howard to lift, Howard teaching John to read. There could be a segment there for us to do on the show. Hey, Howard.
I actually have a little bit of a. I have this thing to where, with my really, really lack of reading skills and comprehension is probably more of what the lack is. Because I can read out loud. And with most books, if the words are normal, I just have no fucking clue what I'm reading.
You want the secret to comprehension? I could give it to you quickly.
Okay.
There's a concept in psychology called schema. Rather than go into technical, I'll demonstrate it. I'm going to read a passage with no schema and watch how confusing this is. This is an easy thing to do. If possible, you could do it at home. But you could always go someplace else if it's necessary. Beware of overdoing it. This is a major mistake and may cost you quite a bit of money. I haven't given you any context, so it doesn't mean anything. I'm going to read it second time with a title that has schema and watch how instantly it makes sense. Laundry. This is an easy thing to do. If possible, you could do it at home, but you could always go someplace else if it's necessary. Beware of overdoing it. This is a major mistake and may cost you quite a bit of money. I'm training people on where these clues are. So even though they're going very quickly, these clues unlock the meaning of the bigger chunk of text. So even though it was confusing before, you don't have the key. And I'm showing you where the keys are and how to unlock the confusion using those keys. So even though you're going quicker, the comprehension's quite good.
So it's almost like giving yourself, framing the information before you start sucking it down.
Yeah.
That's, I haven't heard it described that way, but yes, suck it down.
Howard Berg, listen, Howard, we had you for 30. Would you be able to stick around this a little longer with myself, John, and Dr. John Petrocelli?
Yeah, I'm married. I know real pain, so I can handle it.
All right, lifestyle tip, reset hour 2. We're going to come back with Petrocelli, Petrocelli, Berg, Anderson, and Billis this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
It's Friday again. I know that because Petro's here. If Petro wasn't here, I wouldn't fucking know what day it was. Well, we did a tip before about you guys that are saying, thank God it's Friday. I think it's called TGIF or some bullshit. Well, I think we did that actually last Friday. So here's the question. Are you doing that dumb shit again today? God damn it. If you are, it means you did absolutely nothing since the last time you heard this message. How's that feel? Just wasted another fucking week of your life. If you're one of these people who can't wait for Saturday because you don't have to do what you were doing Monday through Friday, you need to take some action. And that's what the tip is. If you're saying that dumb shit again today, let this be your wake-up call. It's time to do something about this. Don't let the rest of your life slip away. So what's the tip? Here's the tip. Tomorrow, when you're doing what it is that you want to do, because you don't have to go to that dumb fucking job you don't want to go to, make a list of 3 things that you enjoy to do, have nothing to do with getting paid. 3 things that you enjoy to do, that you would do and you do, or you would do without getting paid. These are your points of interest. This is the beginning of your roadmap. Because when you start investing your time and your interest, you get good at these things. You get good at these things, you can monetize these things. It's never been easier to monetize a skill or a service or an idea or a thing because of social media. But you got to have the fucking sack to do it, which means you have to take action. And this is your tip. Tomorrow, write down the 3 things that have your interest and decide which one you want to start doing on a regular basis, a little bit on the weekend, a little bit, in the evenings when you get home from that fucking job you don't want to go to, and watch how it will develop. Before you know it, this thing that you started to monetize will actually make you more money than the fucking job you don't want to go to. And now you have changed your life. Will it take some time? Hell yes. Will it happen overnight? Absolutely not. But here's the thing. You're not suffering when you're doing this thing. That's the beauty of it. It's constructive investment of your time. And guess what? With a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of focus, a little bit of consistency, keep showing up, you will finally be able to stop using that stupid goddamn phrase. Thank God it's Friday. So you know what to do? Have the balls to go fucking do it. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friend. Hour 2 is up here. If you're just joining us, welcome. Heavenly Elvis, welcome to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. You can come check into the show, mornings.live. Come check in. Show us your proof. Show us you're up and at 'em. Mornings.live. We got the poll there. We got the question of the day there. And we are in the middle of a great conversation this morning with one of the world's fastest readers, Howard Berg. The guy, stick around for this one. Coming up, Dr. John Petrocelli, why smart men fall for bullshit and how to stop. That conversation starts right now on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Howard, and Dr. John Petrocelli.
Men hit 30 and start performing certainty like it's a job. That's not confidence. That's bullshitting to dodge, I don't know.
A liar knows the truth. A bullshitter doesn't care if it's true.
And that's why fake gurus sell systems that sound smart and fix nothing. The cost is brutal. Your team stops trusting you, your partner stops believing you, and you stop hearing your own gut. So what happens when a man drops the act and chooses sincerity, Keith and John?
All right, one of my favorite segments of the week every Friday. We got the resident doc himself, Dr. John Petrocelli, joining us this morning. What's going on, Doc? What are you reading today?
Hey, what's up?
What do you got?
I'm reading about the war for AI.
Oh yes, yeah, Dario Amati on the front cover there. That's an interesting. Hey, Howard, have you read that yet? By him just showing you the cover.
No, but I'm familiar with the problem he's describing.
Yeah, Howard, meet John. John, meet Howard. I'm excited to have you guys in the lab.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. I'm trying to catch up with you. It's gonna take me a long time, I think.
Howard, so Dr. John Petrocelli, he's been teaching. He is a professor of studies down in the Carolinas. Hey, John, right?
Yes, North Carolina. Yep.
Yeah, and he teaches bullshit. He teaches folks about bullshit and so forth. And today's topic is why smart men fall for bullshit. And Howard, let's start with you, man, because you've been around the planet for a couple of days. Why do smart men fall for bullshit, Howard?
They're married, and they've learned that saying yes, you're right, is the smartest answer you can give a wife. Saying no, you're wrong, you wish you said yes, you're right. So that explains a good percentage of the problem right there.
Petro, there you go. Your course is done.
Amen.
What do you think, Petro? So I'm serious. Because when I found this topic, I was like, yeah, this is actually a good one, because on the face of it, it seems like it's a fluffy topic, but the reality is, you teach bullshit. You teach how we snuff through bullshit. A lot of smart men spend their days talking bullshit nonstop. Petro.
Yeah. So smart is it's sort of a relative term, right? When you think about
yes.
Talking about people who are identified as smart, or people who believe they are smart, relative to others, they're much more likely to forget the fact that there's so much that we do not know, right? That the amount that we do not know is infinite. They're much more likely to forget that because they're so smart, right? Relative to someone who knows, who is aware that they're not so smart.
Like right? Anderson, and I'm being serious. So actually, in many ways, with Anderson,
I use that to my favor because look, this guy knows a lot more than me, and I'm going to fucking hire him to get that information quick.
So Petro, in many ways, Anderson actually prefaces his title. He says, "I'm not smart," and I'm joking in many ways because he's like, I'm dumb enough to believe. But by him prefacing that, he's dropped all the guards to not being a bullshitter in many ways, Petro. Because he's basically saying to me, I don't have a really fucking clue, so I'm not going to waste any time bullshitting you. So here's what I am.
Yeah, fuck. I'm going to hire the person to do it for me, or I'm going to go hire a person to teach me and give me the information that I need so I can take my next step. Mm-hmm. And I have zero issues with that.
And then Petro, what you're saying is, go ahead, Howard.
That makes him smart. You can't know everything. I agree. Everything John said is 100% right. The more I read, the more ignorant I feel. I just found something else I didn't know. And there's so much more in the world to learn than I'll ever have time, even at my speed. There's just tens of millions of books. So it's very humbling. when you realize and be thankful there are other people who have those skills and are smart at them. And it's that whole thing of a village. It isn't competition that made us successful. It was cooperation. People with different talents getting together and working as a unit towards common goals. And you don't have to be good at everything. John's right. Find someone who is and be good at what you do, and then you'll have the best of both worlds.
Petro, I never thought about it the way you framed it, though. But, you know, when you said smart is in context, I was listening to you talk. The man or woman who's confident in their own mirror will perceive themselves as smart. They're going to walk in like this. They're you know, I don't want to paint a broad brush, but you could smell bullshit coming from a mile away with that kind of person, can't you, Petro? Because they believe themselves so much.
Absolutely. If you have two people with let's say the same intelligent quotient, okay?
Yes.
Let's take two people that are a 115. So this would be one standard deviation above the mean. Two people with a 115 IQ. One, person A with no intellectual humility at all.
Yes.
Believes they're very intelligent, knows they're above average, they're well above average, is not as smart as the person that is aware that there's so much more they don't know. They have intellectual humility.
Petro, is this kind of like a person who makes these absolute statements because they think they know everything? Kind of like all golfers are bullshitters?
Yeah, that'd be an excellent example, John. Or
all chickens are $5,000.
Yeah. But another problem with this, though, is that if you're taking people with above average intelligence, people, let's say, who we generally recognize as smart,
yes,
they tend to have cognitive abilities, mental skills that make it more difficult for them to escape the boundaries of their reasoning. So, the smart person is typically no less biased than the not so smarty pants, right? But they have above average cognitive and mental abilities to support their biases and support their judgments and beliefs. So there's a trap with greater smarty pants, let's say, than I wouldn't use the word knowledge. So somebody with greater knowledge has potential to apply that. But someone who believes they're smart and maybe society says is generally smart tends to have better reasoning skills. But oftentimes those reasoning skills are just used to support whatever bias or judgment or belief that they already have, which is no less biased than a person without so many smarts.
Hence Anderson always saying I was dumb enough to believe. Sets that up, lowers the bar, puts belief over kind of cognitive ability. And that's
I think there's something that's really powerful in the idea that things were laid out the way they were supposed to be. There's no victim here. You're blessed because of this. That puts you in a mental state, which, I mean, just from the chemistry that's released by your thought process. Every thought is accompanied by a chemical. You're constantly, if you're on the wrong side of the fence of this thought, you're getting stress hormones, which then will change your state, which will then create different decision making, which will change the outcome.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of a social aspect to this as well. So people with above average smarts, they're usually people that hold positions of high regard. They're either physicians or lawyers or engineers, and they're in a position where they are pressured to know everything, right?
Even if they don't, they're pressured to have an answer. Yes,
especially in their own domain. So, and it doesn't stop them from operating out of the bounds of their own knowledge. So because that social pressure, the pressure they put on themselves sort of have an informed opinion about everything. And it's very difficult to have an informed opinion about everything, even in your own domain. I mean, there's going to be some things I know, if we ask John, if we try really hard, maybe we use some AI to carve up some really good questions to try to stump John, with some weightlifting questions.
I was going to say I only hold that in very few spaces where I can actually be that authority. But that's part of what you in those little spaces. I'm tight. Outside of those spaces, I'm fucking loose as hell, and I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah. And that's difficult. That's difficult for a lot of people, especially if their livelihood depends on sort of knowing anything. So you put physicians, right, lawyers, engineers, sort of at the top of that pressure. It's very difficult not to slide into that expectation of the self that you know everything, that even when you don't. So.
I'll tell you what wasn't difficult, Petro, is that our guest Howard Berg sat down with Howard Stern's Private Parts. Remember that book, boys? 400 pages. Yeah. He read it backstage in 6 minutes. He came out and gave a full synopsis on live television. Howard Stern found out, his exact words were, and we'll quote it, "It took me 5 years to write that book and you read it in 6 minutes, you fat bastard." Howard, what was that moment actually like? And then how did you feel going through that situation when you got acknowledged by Stern?
I'm not a bastard. That was I was going to tell John I could help him with a 12-pack, not a 6-pack, but I've done pretty well with a 12-pack. So if you have any tips on that, I could help you.
They call that a keg, don't they? You forget the packs.
Oh, I love it.
You moved on to shit, man. It's the keg is far better than any pack you can buy.
That's awesome. Hey, Jay Petro, I know your daughter is a tennis player, and I know Anderson is a big pickleball player. Well, boys, tennis adds nearly 10 years to your life. Did you know? And it beats running, swimming, and cycling. Hey, Sterling, Preston, no, Frankie and Tommy, let's set it up.
Did you know tennis was linked to nearly 10 extra years of life? That's not a cute little fitness fact. Study tracked 8,577 adults and found tennis crushed jogging, swimming, and cycling for added life expectancy. And it makes sense. Tennis is explosive movement, fast reaction, balance, coordination, and problem solving all at once. Plus, you're not doing it alone. Racket sports force social contact, competition, and mental engagement at the same damn time. So this isn't just cardio. It's your heart, brain, reflexes, and nervous system all getting work together. That racket might be doing more for you than your sad treadmill ever did. That's our today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
Anderson, I know you're not surprised.
The first element that's missed here, I love these things because everything is true that they're saying, but what the biggest thing that they're missing is tennis attracts a certain type of person who makes other good decisions in their life.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pickleball too.
That alone, take that person, remove tennis, and put in fucking swimming. I don't think the statistic changes that drastically. Yes, tennis is all those things, but if you're fucking eating right, you're not doing drugs, you're living the proper life. People that are like, I'm thinking of my brother. He lives in Pebble Beach. They're huge. Tennis is fucking huge down there. They don't even like pickleball because it's like the cheap man's version.
Oh, yeah.
These fucking people take care of themselves.
Yes.
That's why you got this old community. They got this massive community in their fucking 80s and 90s because they've cared for themselves. And they're all tennis players. But was it really the tennis is the question.
So I agree with you. It's the lifestyle, right? It's an active lifestyle. But I put it up there because I know it's a big part of Petro's life. Pickleball is a big part of your life. And Howard Berg, have you tennis, pickleball in your life?
I'm a swimmer. I was an aquatics director for 18 years when I was younger. I saved a lot of people. I trained lifeguards, and I'm still swimming a half a mile in about 30 minutes, which isn't bad at my age.
Dude, everything you do is fast. I fucking love it.
Not everything.
everything you shared with us.
Thank you.
Oh, Anderson, we kicked the show off talking about kink here, and I don't know if we've got to put it on the table with Berg here, but Berg, half of Americans don't want to talk about kink, even though we're curious about it. So I joke with you, Howard.
You see my afro, so.
Jesus, Murphy. Oh my God, Howard. As we work towards wrapping up with you here today, my friend, you're teaching people to learn 100%, 400% faster. And dude, we are living in a world right now where there's more bullshit than ever. Information doubling every 6 months. AI is reading and summarizing everything for us. Howard, in 2026, why should we all still want to read faster and we could just give ChatGPT, give us a summary?
You have to read the summary, and then you have to use the information and make a decision based on what you read. So it's still about somebody somewhere taking in that data, analyzing it, and
data consumption, baby.
Yeah.
I was going to say HowieReading.live. It's a 4-hour class. I'll double your reading speed with excellent retention and comprehension, or I'll refund your money. So you have nothing to lose. And I don't like making refunds. So I'm going to make sure you actually get the benefits you paid for.
Well, actually, so let's go here because Petro, you'll appreciate this. Howard, the FTC came at you for some bullshit back in 1998. They said that the marketing claims were false and substantiated for your mega reading commercial. You signed a consent order, and you've been doing this for over 40 years. You trained special forces, held a Guinness Book of World Record, appeared in over 1,000 radio, TV stations.
What is the FTC?
The federal.
I could give you some insight on that. So we gave them that double-blind study that proved that it worked. Now, in the commercial, I said people could go 100 to 500% faster. I had a sample of 3,000 people, and 30 of them went 5 times faster, which was statistically significant. But they refused to consider that database I had. They said it had to be a double-blind study. So we took 100 people, which is a lot smaller than 3,000. And in the 100-person sample, it was 100 to 400% faster. So they said, you can't say people can go 5 times faster anymore. And I wasn't going to fight them. I called an attorney. I did want to contest it. It was going to be a $500,000 retainer and $3 to $5 million to fight them. I didn't have that kind of money. And so the smart decision was don't contest it. Don't say 5 times. They accepted 4 times as valid. And it wasn't worth $5 million to go from 4 to 5. And that's
when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing anything above 3 has got my attention.
I think 100 should have your attention.
Oh, for sure.
I would rather under-promise and over-deliver.
100%.
No one ever gets angry if they got more than they paid for. If you tell them 5 times and they read 1 time, they didn't get what they paid for.
But it's like, but once you get over 300, it's all pie in the sky. It's like, holy shit! If I get a little piece of this, I'm happy.
Petro, thoughts on this?
I would suspect that that Howard probably is better well read than most anyone we know.
Yes,
I would expect his memory is probably way beyond anyone that we know.
Yes.
And I think if you took a sample of individuals with, comparable individuals to Howard in terms of how well read they are, how good their memory is, and you end up with people who have all of these schemas or scripts, we call them, that you can borrow from to better comprehend and to remember what it is that you're reading. And my guess is that Howard, if you had a subsample of individuals like that, it would be well beyond the numbers that you're reporting.
It's better to understate than overstate. Yeah. And they basically had an issue with the person running the commercial, not me. And so I was the target because I was making the money, and they didn't want that to happen. But that aside, I was able to prove that 4 times was valid, and I was fine with that. It wasn't about, to me, it never was about fast. It was about understanding and using information. You're much better at 100% and understanding and retaining and recalling it when you need to use it than 400 or 500%, and all you know is the name of the book and who wrote it, if you're lucky. So speed was never my focus. It was learning.
Howard Berg, the speed reader. Howard, you said you're 76, eh?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I got something. So, Jimmy, what WTF is this? Check this out, man. This guy's. There's 71. Still trying to get after it. I think there comes a time. So listen, I'm all about.
Who is it? Do we know who that person is?
It's David Lee Roth, Johnny.
Is it really?
Yes, that's
good for him, man. Fucking A.
There he is. Yeah, he's still trying to get after it. And I have the audio down. I would invite you guys to go hear the clip, because if I wasn't paid to go listen to that, I'm not sure if yes, I respect the effort. I love the love. I think I might be wanting to go and ride down the street. Jimmy, throw this vintage on here. I think I'd rather put my Walkman on and drive down the street in my Hot Wheels racer with my buddy John Petrocelli back growing up with these things.
I used to love those, dude.
The big wheels.
Fucking rights, man. Yes, those were awesome, man. Howard, did you have one of those?
No, I lived in Brooklyn. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in the street with one of those.
I guess so. I guess so. Howard Berg, before we wrap up with you, brother, where can folks find you? So what's that live course you have on out there?
It's howiereading.live. And again, they'll at least double with good comprehension and retention, or I won't charge them. I'll give them a refund.
Wow. Anderson, I got to tell you, brother, so as we've been doing this thing together, building this thing up, I always say to you, I'm looking to build the circus, something ridiculous with interesting people and little people, like all kinds of humans. Anderson, we have not had a man like Howard Berg through our lab yet today, through ever. It's this kind of Howard, you're an interesting fellow, man, to say the least. I'll tell you that right now.
Tell my wife how lucky she is.
How long have you been married, Howard? How long?
33 years. She's really a very, very special person. Can I tell you one quick story? So in her last marriage, there were 2 kids on TV, and their mother died in a fire.
The last marriage?
She's divorced and remarried me.
Okay, yeah.
So these 2 kids were in a fire. The mother died in a fire, and no one wanted them. She took both kids so they'd have a mom. She's a really special human being.
That's a good Samaritan. That's a
I'm
good
very joke, but she's really very nice.
Yeah.
Very good human being, you know.
Very good human being. So I mean, we have a humor here. I'm being funny, but no, I'm very lucky. She's a very, very compassionate human being, and she's done this her whole life. So I'm the lucky one, and I know that.
Oh, I thought you were one of the children she brought in, Howard. Howard Berg, dude, I got a lot of love for you, man. You come back and hang with us anytime, man. Will you do that with us?
Sure. Give me a place to contact you, and you have my email, and I will be happy to do that.
We'll do that. Jimmy, we're going to walk Howard out of here, and we're going to keep Petro and Anderson for a quick couple seconds before we walk out. Howard, thanks for hanging on this morning, brother.
Thanks for having me.
All right, awesome.
Howard.
Howard Berg, the speed reader. That was awesome, man. That was I've been tasking our team to find as interesting people, and Howard is absolutely an interesting person. Hey, John and John, before you guys go.
Hey, John.
Hey, Professor.
Before you go, are you seeing these dudes charging their boys in the sun like it's a solar-powered testosterone bank?
Yeah, like hold my beer, I'm gonna photosynthesize my nuts. The neighbors think it's yoga. It's not yoga.
They're swearing it boosts testosterone 200% from some dusty 1939 study. Bro, that's not science, that's a black and white gamble.
Plus, it wasn't even real testosterone test. It was piss math. Congratulations, your P got ambitious.
Still, sunlight, vitamin D, mood, sure. But aiming the spotlight of there, that's not health. That's an HR complaint.
Hey, John. Hey, Professor. You two want to try it? Or you want to explain on camera why the blinds are melted and the neighbors hate us?
It's going to be sunny here today in Manitoba, so I was looking for something to do today this afternoon, so I'm going to go sun my balls.
The Gay brothers are always doing something that's fucking penis related. It's the truth.
I'm just so listen. A 1939 study, Petro, I'm always looking for studies for you, man. Says that sunning your balls might increase testosterone up to 200%. So I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, if you're sending your balls eating a Big Mac, it ain't gonna work.
Oh man.
Oh my God, Anderson, are you? You're off today, aren't you?
Yeah, we're heading out. We're going to the Grand. We're going for like a long weekend, so I'll be doing the show in a hotel on Monday.
Oh yeah.
Petra, we're going up to the Grand Boy's 6th birthday.
That's fun. Petra, what do you got going on, man?
Oh, nothing too fun. But I've got to get to the post office and get a passport picture. I'm hoping I'm not going to be there for 5 hours.
You guys are in banks and post offices, both of you.
There's no other fucking way to get your passport done rather than going to fucking post office.
I know. It's just I've never spent more time with two brothers who spend more time in physical establishments.
Petro, check this out. Here's the secret, right? So my lake house, it's literally the town that's closest to it is 500 people. Anytime there's a little town, they have a post office.
Yes, yeah.
There's never a fucking line, dude. I swear to God, I got my passport done a couple of years ago. I walked in there. They literally filled out the information. They did everything for me. It was fucking unbelievable. So go find a small town and just literally show up there, and you get the whole thing done.
Yeah, they were so bored. They were willing to just do everything.
Well, it's because these are people that actually fucking do their jobs like they care.
Yes, yeah. So you'll be down the street, Johnny, be like, hey, that's Petro. Petro, you're in town at the post office. I didn't know you were coming to see me. hey, Anderson, and I know, Petro, you listened to the show. You remember earlier this week I said to you, there's that Poly market and people were betting on the war in Iran.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A dude got busted. The Department of Justice busted a dude yesterday. Get this, he put a $32,000 bet on when they're going to capture Maduro. They caught the guy. He made $400,000, Anderson.
400, yeah. 400.
But let's just pause for a second. So John, he didn't go and bet like $2,000. He went and bet $32,357.16. So why would you go and make a specific bet the day later you catch the guy and then you wonder why you're getting caught? Like, you deserve to be caught for doing that bullshit.
I mean, the whole thing is fucking. I already explained how I feel about that.
I know you do. That's why I brought it up, because I was like, okay, yeah, there you go. The guy.
These are people that are, I don't know. They're the people that get it are investing their time and effort into positive shit.
Yes. Well, I'll just say one last thing though, and this is, the irony or coincidence with this is, we had an awesome guest on the show yesterday, Nick Umber, the Green Beret guy, and it's like somebody like within the military did this, right? So you're like, dude, it's I don't know, craziness. Boys, a lot of fun, good conversation today. Petro, enjoy the post office.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, great week this week. Yeah, yesterday, if you run back yesterday morning, the first 20 minutes, after John came, it was hilarious.
Oh yes,
it takes me to get here to tune the place up. That's my job.
It was
great week.
It was a good week. It was an absolutely good week. Petra, I appreciate you, man. Lots of love to you. You be safe at the post office.
I will.
Leave your firearms at home.
Yeah. No
Sorry.
firearms.
I had to put that.
No cell phones and firearms in the post.
There you go. And Anderson, safe travels, brother. We'll see you on Monday from wherever your rear end will be, in whatever hotel room or wherever you are on Monday.
Yeah, and if the cell service is goofy, I can easily call in. So we're good to 100%.
Go. Sounds good, pal. All right, boys. Lots of love. Have fun. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning.
Have a good loop, my brothers.
Love you guys.
All right, love you too, guys. We'll see you later. Anderson's out of here. Petra's out of here, and you're left with me. You're left with me, Jimmy Kai. Yes, and of course, very awesome Melissa Neiman back there as well. Okay, guys, I got a focus coming up here. I got a morning focus monologue, and there we go. And I'm just looking for my notes this morning on the. Oh, hold on. Where's that coming from? Oh, is that you, Jimmy? Oh, yeah. That's pretty fucking good, man. Jimmy, that is awesome, dude. I'm like, oh, where's that music coming from? Wow. Okay. Jimmy's on the buttons. I like that. You guys like that, Tunes? I do like that. All right. So, man, I'm a little distracted because that's happening in real time, and I've never done done that before. So, okay. So listen, I got a morning focus segment, and it's going to be a monologue about. Just get my notes here already here. If you can drop the volume just a smidgen for me, that'd be great. Actually, just a smidgen in my ear, that'd be helpful. Okay, so today's monologue for the morning focus. I got 50 seconds and I'll be back. When I come back, we're going to talk about this one. When everything can be faked. We got 5 letters that'll change the game. Those 5 letters start with the T and the end with the T. It's called trust. When everything can be faked, trust, baby. Yes, trust becomes the whole game.
We're walking into a world where fake is effortless. When everything looks real, belief gets harder to earn.
Quality isn't the edge anymore. Credibility used to come from polish. Now polish is cheap.
We keep thinking attention wins. It doesn't. The only question that matters is who we can actually trust.
The cost isn't abstract. It's lost time. It's broken confidence. It's our kids watching us believe a lie.
The fix isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's being the same in real time as we are when we're edited.
Live is the audit. No smoothing, no second take. Just presence, judgment, and the ability to stand under pressure.
Keith's about to break it down. If we want an edge in a synthetic world, we earn belief the hard way.
All right, a little slower on the flow this morning. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hey, Jimmy, where's the music, dude? I left and you put the music away. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay, guys, we're into a very, very, very strange time. Yes, we are, baby. It's a time when almost everything can be fabricated. Our faces, our voices, our writing, our photos, and even the authority. Everything around us should be questioned. Expertise, emotion, even your presence can be faked. And the reality is that changes everything today, because for a long time, it's like, you know, the internet came alive. We all got our Instagrammers and our Facebooks, and it was a long time where we lived in a world where the polish was the proof. It's like if something looked professional, people assumed it was credible. We all got the professional photos done. And if someone sounded smart, we talking smart today, people assumed that person was trustworthy. Yeah, that era, probably over. More than likely ending fast. Oh yeah, it's faster than ever. Because there's now a guy in the basement. Yeah, that's me. That can look like a network. A brand new company can sound like a global institution, and the completely average thinker can generate content that reads like insight. Reality is that fake person can build a real audience. Yeah, let me say that again. That fake person can build a real audience, and the machine can mimic the confidence so well that most people will never know the difference. And that is not coming, you guys. No, we're building it today. It's here. Yep. True story. And most people still do not fully understand what that means. I don't know if we do understand what that means, because the issue is not whether AI can make good content. Now, we're well beyond that. Of course it can make good content. But what's the question? But the issue is what happens? What happens when quality is no longer the differentiator between this and this? And what happens when everybody, and I mean everybody, can look polished, we can all sound sharp, and we can manufacture credibility on demand? I'll tell you what happens. It's simple to me. Trust. Trust becomes the whole game moving forward. Not attention. Sure, we talk about attention all the time. Not even reach. Oh, reach is the magic. Yeah, it is. Not even followers. Sure. No, it's trust. If you have a massive reach and a massive amount of followers and a massive amount of attention, but you're not trustworthy, what are you? You're synthetic. Because in a world flooded with synthetic everything, people are going to start asking a much more important question than, is this good? No, they're going to ask this question. Is it real? Did the person actually live this? Can they hold the room without a script? Or are they fake? Can they even think in real time? Can they be challenged, or do they have to edit it out, cut it together, most importantly, can this person be trusted? You see, trust is the new premium. And frankly, I think a lot of people are in for a rude awakening about trust. Because a huge amount of what passes for authority right now, oh man, we borrow it. It's true. Think about it. A huge amount of authority that we pass for right now is borrowed. I would even call it bullshit. Think about this. We borrow language. We borrow confidence. We borrow intelligence. We even look around at the competitor or the person that we borrow our positioning. We borrow the depth by spending time with people. And a lot of people do not actually know what they know. We've been talking about it on the show here today. They know how to present. They know how to package. They know how to perform intelligence in a way that the internet rewards. But performance, guys, is getting cheaper. It's cheaper. It is absolutely cheaper than ever. Fuck. That's what AI is really doing. It's not just replacing tasks. It's exposing all of us. It's exposing who has judgment and who just has good formatting, who has real insights and who's just a prompt expert. More importantly, it's exposing those who have the lived experiences instead of just output. That is why I keep saying this over and over. The future is not human versus machine. No, that's looking at it from a too simplistic point of view. The future belongs to the humans, like you and I, who know how to use the machines without losing the thing that makes people trust them in the first place. And that is not perfection. It's not even polish. It's not even brilliance. No, it's coherence. It's consistency. It's repetition. It's the earned perspective of doing something over and over and over. It's being the same person in real time that you appear to be in edited form. And that is why live, that's why what we do matters. And I'm not just talking about live as a format. I mean live, living, L-I-V-E, as proof. Because when you are live, like we do every single day, when you are live, as you saw this morning, we started the show, there's nowhere to hide. Just like real life, nowhere to hide. It's happening in front of you in real time. There is no editing. There is no smoothing. There is no second take. There's no manufacturing the exact perfect sentence after 20 retries. It's funny listening to Matt Rose's podcast he dropped last night, and I heard the edits. I heard it being pieced together, and I got to tell you, sorry, Matt, love you, man. I didn't like some of it because I'm like, that didn't. And I can see why people get frustrated by their words being taken out of context. Because we were talking about one thing, and they stitched it together, and it may have taken the context out of my response out through the editing, through the smoothing. Yeah, I don't stand for that. Live, make mistakes on the air, correct them on the air. So your ability to hold tension, to respond, to think, and stay connected in real time is not just content. Well, that's human signal. And in a synthetic world, the signal that we put out there, it is worth a fortune. And I think we're heading into an era where the most valuable people, the most valuable brands, and the most valuable media companies will not be the ones who can produce the most. No, they're going to be the ones who people believe. And that's a difference, the massive shift, because for over years, the last 15, 20 years, the internet rewarded scale over substance, volume over depth, fast speed, performance over trust. Now the pendulum is starting to swing. Because once everything becomes so easy to generate, as it's happening every single day, people are going to start craving what is hard to fake. Real human touch, taste, judgment, character, reputation. Real-time thinking, active lived experiences. That is why trust, what we do here daily, is the most important moat being built today. Not because it sounds nice, no, because trust is scarce. And scarce things, what happens? They become more valuable. So no, I'm not scared of AI because it can write a paragraph, a sentence, an image, generate a face, whatever I want. No, I'm actually more interested in what happens next. I'm interested in what rises when synthetic media becomes normal. And I've been betting this and saying this all along, which is why we have the show. The winners were people who can blend technology with humanity without becoming hollow. The people who can use the tools but still feel unmistakably real. The people who do not just create content, no, they create confidence. Because when everything, and I mean everything, can be faked, trust becomes the whole game. And the people who understand that early, that trust is the game, you guys, you, all of us, you're not just building audiences. No, what you're doing is you're building an asset that's going to matter when the internet all around us becomes a sea of manufactured everything.
We spend our whole lives building armor, thinking it makes us untouchable. We chase the promotion, the perfect family image, the ironclad routine, convincing ourselves we are just being responsible. But what if that armor is exactly what is suffocating you? Today, we are looking at the quiet destruction of the successful man and the paradox of arriving at the summit. We also discuss why making your kids comfortable is making them weak. Ready to dismantle some delusions?
Take it away, handsome chief.
Maya, you're back. Sorry, we bumped you up a couple segments ago, last couple days. Hey guys, Lewis Howes, he dropped a masterclass on the list of angry overachievers. He built his empire on childhood trauma, turning rage into an engine that brought money, fame, and relationships. What was the problem? Well, the problem is this. He was winning externally while rotting internally, realizing he was actually running from a version of himself that he was deeply ashamed of. Longevity, guys, it's not found in a morning cold plunge. You know what's funny, Jimmy? I sure haven't seen a lot of content about cold plunging these days. Where are all the cold plungers gone? Because for the longest time, it was like cold plunge, cold plunge, cold plunge. Get up 4 a.m., cold bath. They seem to have gone. Where's the cold plungers? Just wondering. Hey, so guys, as Lewis would say, ask yourself, is your ambition driven by a genuine desire to serve, or are you just trying to prove that the ghosts in your past are wrong? Well, what does Lewis do? He says, drop the mask. It's not keeping you safe. It's keeping you profoundly, and I mean profoundly, lonely. So who are you without the anger? Interesting. Good question from Lewis Holmes this morning over on YouTube, the toxic myth of anger-fueled empires. All right, moving on over to Substack. Over on Substack, legendary alpinist Mark Twight completely shattered the illusion of the destination. You know the trap. Once I hit this goal, I'll finally be happy. No, you won't. Nope. How do I know? I've been there. Twight exposes the ambition loop for what it is, a prisoner's wheel of non-stop trying to race for something. Getting sober, according to Mark, didn't close his edge. It gave him the terrifying clarity of seeing himself without a chemical filter. He realized that the real victory isn't standing on the summit. The real victory is what we can carry back down. So guys, strip away those crutches. And where's my notes here? Ask yourself this. Are you chasing the next milestone just to avoid sitting quietly with yourself? I know some people that just hate sitting with themselves. Sad to me. I'm like, why don't you want to sit with your back? Why don't you want to sit with yourself? Yeah, true story. All right, Karam Shabur over on LinkedIn says you are engineering your child's helplessness. He says modern parenting crisis isn't that kids are weaker. No, it's that we have made comfort our ultimate goal. By removing, bulldozing every obstacle out of your child's path, you aren't showing love. You're actually manufacturing your helplessness. I know. What? Let the kid struggle. Let the kid figure it out. Like, why do we as parents have to remove every single bit of friction? I don't know. Why do we? What's wrong with letting the kid figure out how to climb the tree himself? Our job isn't to remove the friction. No, it's to stand fast while they struggle through it. It's to pick them up when they fall. It's to celebrate them when they win. But fear-led parenting simply guarantees fear-led adults. Nation, here's the invitation. Stop wrapping them in a bubble and start building resilience through intentional challenges. Speaking of terrifying challenges and intentional struggle, hey, Maya, if you were forced to survive in the wilderness for a month with the handsome chief, who are you taking and why?
Oh, that is easy. I am taking Pitcher. He might be a tiny 10-week-old Chihuahua puppy, but he is absolutely fearless. Plus, I like my answers direct, with zero fluff. I know for a fact he will not complain about the Wi-Fi out there.
Look, the thread tying all of today's stories together is confrontation.
Confronting your underlying anger, your daily crutches, and your urge to bubble wrap the people you love.
You simply cannot heal what you refuse to look at.
Pick one area today where you are wearing armor and playing it safe. Take it off. See what happens.
Hey, Jimmy, want to drop the music? I got the music here, Jimmy. There we go. Beautiful. Petro says, I suspect many cold plungers learned cold plunging was a signal of their already existing motivation, not a catalyst of it. Yeah, I suspect, though. And also, Petro, I suspect all the plungers recognize. So I believe there's some new science which said that getting into the cold plunge is actually wrecking muscle. I don't want to misspeak here. Atrophy, I think it is. Right. So we're going there to break our muscles down, to build them up again. And we get into the cold bath. Apparently, it's actually doing the opposite. So I think a lot of people are like, oops, I don't think I want to be doing that anymore. I was found that quite humorous. Hey, guys, Howard Stephen Berg joined myself, John, and Petro today on the show. The guy read a 1,500-page bill on live TV in 50 minutes. And then he trained special forces to think faster. We talked about mental speed. The guy was funny, man. Fucking hilarious. Train focus is why most people do not have an information problem. They have an attention problem. I invite you to go hang out and listen to that conversation with Berg. It was a fun one, man. Why smart men fall for bullshit. Another great conversation, myself, Anderson, Petro, and Berg. And Petro put some comments about smart. What is smart? What's the context of smart? Right, that's a fun chat we had. We went straight at fake certainty, expert theater, self-deception, and the male habit of performing control long after the truth has already left the room. I teased the Michael movie dropping this weekend, and hey, are we leaning there? Are we forgiving all the shit that we thought we grew up with that fellow, or are we going to go watch the movie? What they refuse to tell men about accountability. The Michael Jackson movie dropped this weekend, and then I talked about why everything can be faked. Trust what we do here every single day on this show is becoming the whole game. Yep. Hey guys, Tuesday, Thomas W. Green is joining us from a near-death experience at 21 to the AI futurist shaping tomorrow's blueprint. Wednesday, Andrew Sri Sadar and Dan Schlund, the rocket man who crash-landed, self-diagnosed as near-death. Guys, we got a bunch of great shows next week coming up on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Good time. I see you, brother. Have a great weekend, pal. Sullivan, I respect you as well, man. I see that. So there's a comment here from Sully. He says, there was one there you had there, Sully. I really enjoyed. Great week full of starts. You're overcoming health issues, military vets. I'm with you, man. There was something here that Sullivan watched. Inspiring guests. Yeah, help people read books. Audible One, engage with the books, artwork, etc., etc. Awesome. Guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us this morning. We're back here in less than 48 hours. Live, 8 o'clock. Mornings.live. If you haven't checked into the show, I invite you to do that. Mornings.live. We'll see you guys in a couple of days to get up and get after once again with myself, Jimmy, Kai, John Anderson, and of course, producer Melissa Neiman. We'll see you guys. Have a good one, nation.